everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Seasons of Serverless. I am so excited today because I am joined by Cecil and Baris. Welcome, y'all.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for having us.
So, what delicious treat did y'all make for Seasons of Serverless? I'm wearing my lemon shirt today. I'm exhausting my entire food wardrobe for this series of content.
Today we will cook the longest kebab, Adana kebab. I am Baris. I'm from Turkey, and I'm a student at Yıldız Teknik University. At the same time, I'm a micro student, beta ambassador. Actually, at the same time, I'm working as a software engineer at e-commerce company Trendyol.
And Cecil, tell me a little bit about this project, the origin of this project. I know that you've used Azure Functions a bunch. I'm sure Baris has used it a bunch. What was making this project like? Was it super tasty, I hope?
I really love kebabs. Like we're talking about it right now, and I'm just like so hungry. I'm ready to go eat. But I think this was just a really good combination of tools kind of put together. Right? Great project with using Azure Functions and using .NET and using again like a little bit of Baris's culture, right, to kind of write something very cool and really interesting.
Yeah. So this project is helping us create the longest kebab, but like, how long is a kebab typically? We're talking like manageable, like a serving size. This is like to feed a family.
Actually, Adana always prepare a festival every year. Actually, and then they prepare the longest kebab, and the world recording actually Guinness record. Yeah, Guinness record. The longest kebab, 33 meters. The longest kebab cooked from Adana. 2 years ago, China cooked 190 meters kebab, but when Adana heard about that, and then why we cook the longest kebab in the world, and then they cooked 233 meters kebab in Adana last year.
So I feel like when you're cooking a kebab that long, is it like a drive-through oven, like almost like a car wash, or is it one giant long oven? I'm trying to think of the logistics of cooking this thing.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how you'd even put that together. Like, are there even sticks that long that you can stretch stuff on? How do you cook that? Like, that's crazy.
Actually, Adana people are crazy. Actually, really, a lot of people is a volunteer for cooking. Actually, for this, and just single line of 233 meters, and people cooking every part of kebab, and they are volunteer actually. So important thing actually for me,
It's
because
like a community kebab, community built kebab.
yeah. And then when they cooked this kebab and then eating, so it's a price of volunteering actually. So people would like to help about that for eating actually.
I love it. I also love the idea of just a community coming together. It's like open source kebab. Like everybody builds their food, contributes their kebab to the greater kebab. It's like we stand on the shoulders of kebabs. I love it.
Yeah.
So should we walk through this code? Should we take a look at it? I'm really excited to see how you built this.
At the same time, I would like to say something about that. The longest kebab, and it's a scaling problem when you set up a cooking system, and then and I would like to solve scaling about with Azure Functions. The serverless solution, and you can scale easily this application for the Adana actually, because it is so difficult cooking, right? You have to scale the kebab to a long way. So I would like this solve as a software actually.
So it's kind of like kebab DevOps. Like
Yeah.
the logistics of like, okay, we have this project, the kebab. We need a kebab PM is what we need.
like a pipeline actually.
It is a pipeline. It's a delicious pipeline or vegetarian, depending on your preference.
Yeah, I would like to see this video about Adana kebab cooking, and really is a pipeline. Yeah, it is. But I think it's a CI/CD pipeline thing because a lot of part of kebab, and if one part of is a fail, kebab is a down actually.
Yeah.
So it's really a pipeline actually.
Wow, I love that. I love that. And also, like, how do we add testing to our kebab? They're like, there's so many levels.
Yeah.
I love to build onto this project.
Actually, when they are using fork, actually, when either cook it or in a problem, and try to with a fork actually.
Well, I can't wait for this. We got to think of a name for this new startup, Kebab-Ops or something.
That's cool.
Wow. Oh my gosh, it is a group effort, a community.
Yeah,
That is
effort.
ridiculous. Look at that burner. That burner is humongously long.
Wow.
But it's crazy when you think about it, right? Because if you're gonna make the longest kebab and break a Guinness Book of World Record, like you have to be able to scale it, right? And you got to be able to, go the distance and be dynamic against failure. So I guess I mean it makes complete sense. We'll use Azure Functions for it.
yeah.
I love it.
Alright. And this is a README file. Actually, is the longest kebab is a challenge.
It's a beautiful README, by the way. Like sometimes
is.
you look at READMEs and they're just like, okay.
I love
actually
it.
a
Really.
wicked README.
Yeah, really. And this is ingredients in kebab, and this is ingredients for 12 people. 12 people when cooking this with this. This is project I created a Blazor application. It's created a unit test for calculating kebab, the function. At the same time, this is Azure functions. I created with Azure function template, but it's just creating a single function file. But I created some startup file, like create a .NET Core web API, and I created a startup CS, and I decided a functional startup, and I injected my kebab service. The business logic is there, and I created a health rule chain. This is looking your ingredients values, and maybe some ingredients is so high is a for problem. For example, I would like to show this. For example, you add the black pepper a lot, and is calculating and looking your black pepper is so high, is the add notice for people, because it is so paying too much pain actually.
Sure.
Yeah.
So your tests are actually saving people's taste buds instead of saving people from having, bugs in their code. It's like, hey, don't have this much pepper. You're gonna have a bug yourself.
For people health actually, and
And it's almost like a rules engine, right? So like now not only do you can specify a single rule, but you can have multiple rules, and you can
Yeah.
put them together and have them evaluate all together.
Yeah, every ingredient created a health rule, and I'm looking what is high or low, and adding some notice for information. Actually,
I just love when files have names like ground beef. Like we had a whole data set for the lab Seasons of Serverless that was all Ladoos, and I'm like, tastiest data set. This is the yummiest set of files I've ever seen.
yeah. This is my function, and it can calculate with people count or methods. If you send people count, functions calculate for methods. If you send methods, they say for people, how many people can eat that. Actually, this is function handling request. This is my service is calculating ingredients for methods or people count, and then return a result. At the same time, is executing health rules on ingredients, and if any problem is at notice.
I also love how health conscious this application is, right? Like it's letting us know, okay, well, hey, there might be too much pepper in this thing, or whatever the case is, right? Like you should be careful, and it has like little warning messages for it.
We cooked 233 meters kebab, and 932 people can eat this kebab actually, and with this ingredient.
So what if you had like a really hungry person?
Yeah.
Like that number could be less, right?
Yeah. And I implemented a test for calculating is if I do any mistake or wrong calculation. Other people so crazy and so hard for eating or cooking something. So maybe the problem if other people see wrong ingredients actually. So I writing some tests for that. And I'm for calculating kebab size.
Two important questions. What was your favorite part of making this project? And also, were any kebabs consumed during the process of making this project?
Yeah,
I purposes.
I ate. That I'm so hungry when I'm coding this solution, and then I order something for kebab and other meal eating.
I wonder if you know how like when you eat a kebab, typically you take the food piece and you take it off the end. I wonder if there's rules with the world's longest kebab that if it's consumed, like what if you get like one of the pieces in the middle? Do you have to take the meat and the onion all the way 300 meters to the left? I wonder what the logistics are on this.
The people split this for a lot of people, and at the same time they drinking with kebab, and it is so perfect actually.
It's only 8 a.m. here, and I already want to stop. So this project is making me hungry, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for coming and joining us for Seasons of Serverless. I am gonna walk over to Whole Foods and get a bunch of meat and onions. I don't think my oven's big enough to make the world's longest kebab, but maybe the biggest kebab in Oakland. Well, happy holidays, y'all, and happy Seasonings of Serverless.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Everyone, take care.